taking care of business, no doubt, right now for Ohio State. That's how things are going for the Buckeyes. That's been the stamp of their season, and it continues. In Camp Randall, Madison, Wisconsin, a shutout the Buckeyes post against the Badgers, and boy, was it fun to watch. We have all your takeaways for you here today. At this point in the season, Ohio State is now 7-0 on the season. Of course, they are undefeated, and of course, they are now 4-0. Yeah, 4-0 in the Big Ten. I think that's really exciting. I think that's really great. They played well in the Big Ten. They looked good once again today. Wisconsin did not. They looked how we thought they would. First text I get after the game from a friend of mine, did they do enough? Why are they so conservative? 34-0. Buckeyes win again, and I will say it again. I said it during our watch party today. Other teams in college football, Miami, Nebraska, ranked, playing unranked, didn't get it done. Tripped up, made mistakes, lost. The Buckeyes did not. Shut out, took care of business on the road. Great days from multiple players, which again, we will get into during our takeaway. So I have no complaints about Ohio State today. I loved it. It's another October Saturday with the Buckeyes, and I had a really, really good time. So as of right now, what we want to do, what we have to do, that we like to do every single time the Buckeyes have that victory. Look, this is a good juju. This is a checklist item, guys. We got to make sure that we get this done. The Buckeyes won, so we take care of business by hitting that like button. Let's celebrate a Buckeyes victory. 34-0, Ohio State beats Wisconsin. Again, let's celebrate a little bit. Let's have a little fun with it, how the Buckeyes did. How do you not enjoy it? How do you not love it? So hit that thumbs up button. My first takeaway for Ohio State and Wisconsin, we got that Super Saiyan game, that awesome Julian Sayin performance. Starts that first drive, 8 of 8, 64 yards, and a good touchdown pass to Carnell Tate, which was an absolute highlight. It's hard to steal the show from Carnell Tate today, but Julian Sayin was really, really good for Ohio State. Finishes 36 of 42. 36 of 42. This is the most pass attempts he's had. We got Super Saiyan finally. Awesome. Awesome stuff there. 394 yards passing. So the completion percentage was there. The yards were there. And 4 touchdowns were there for Julian Sayin. We've asked a little bit about when will we see Super Saiyan? When will we see Saiyan unleashed? When will Ryan Day let him go? I think we finally saw it today in a moment where it was appropriate for the Buckeyes offense to kind of let Saiyan cook, right? I know that's been like a joke or whatever for a while now, is let Saiyan go, Super Saiyan, this, that, and the other. Today was the day. Today was absolutely the day for Julian Sayin. Speaking of Carnell Tate and going off and playing big and looking good, yeah, that's what Carnell Tate did in this one. He caught that first touchdown. He caught a second touchdown. 6 catches, 111 yards for Carnell Tate. I don't know what to tell you to convince you that Carnell Tate is a number 1 receiver. He is. His stats show it. He looks it. He's now in mock drafts as a first-round receiver. Carnell Tate's a 1 on any other team, and really on this team. This is nothing against Jeremiah Smith. I hate pitting them against each other, right? I think these are just 2 solid players for the Buckeyes. Solid. I say solid. They're even better than that. They're really, really good for the Buckeyes. For me, right now, Carnell Tate is going out there week after week after week and showing himself to be a number 1 receiver for Ohio State. All right, want to let you guys know this episode is brought to you by PrizePicks. You and I make decisions every day, but on PrizePicks, being right can get you paid. Don't miss any of the excitement this season on PrizePicks, where it's good to be right. PrizePicks is the only app that offers stacks, meaning you can pick the same player up to 3 times in the same lineup. And I say that because this is my favorite part about PrizePicks. It's easy to play. You just pick 2 to 6 player stat projections. That's it. 2 to 6 guys that you think are going to go off, whether it be yards, touchdowns, whatever. And with stacks, you can pick the same guy 3 times in your projected lineup. So looking at today's, which mobbed and worked for us. Jeremiah Smith more on those catches, got it. Julian Sayin more on the passing touchdowns, 1.5, got it. And Lance Mason less on his receiving yards for the Badgers. I mean, come on, guys. We knew because we knew they were playing the Ohio State defense, right? That was one of the biggest reasons that we picked what we picked with that one. So, obviously, with PrizePicks, we always want to let you guys know also that you can copy lineups on PrizePicks directly on the app. Copy lineups in just one click, whether it's a friend, celebrity partner, or just someone whose picks you like. Hit the follow button and check out every lineup they create in the new feed tab on PrizePicks. Download the app today and use code CLNS to get $50 in lineups after you play your first $5 lineup. That's code CLNS to get $50 in lineups after you play your first $5 lineup. PrizePicks, it's good to be right. My next takeaway involves Ohio State's kicker. And no, I don't want to overreact. I don't want to panic. I just want to give a few quick thoughts after Jayden Fielding missed a kick today from under 50 yards this time. It was a 38-yarder that he missed for the Buckeyes. Look, at this point in time, all I'll say, I know it's like a big debate about kickers, and I made my point about where Ohio State is with kickers because they just don't have one in Fielding that can hit 50-plus yards right now. You can't miss inside 50 yards and outside 50 yards. Fielding was a liability against Michigan last year. He's worried me a little bit with the long kicks for sure, and now with the short kicks. I don't want to make this a major issue. I don't know that I can label it any sort of major issue for Ohio State. What I need is my kicker to be good from inside 50 yards and have a chance outside 50 yards. I'm starting to get to a point where I don't believe Jayden Fielding is that guy. The Buckeyes do have a transfer kicker in Jackson Corville, more of a long bomber. He's hit some 50-yarders. Haven't gotten a look at him. I think Ryan Day is going to be upset with that missed kick today. I think he's been upset with Fielding in general in the past. Again, sometimes these are just things to keep an eye on. Didn't love it today. Have to see more from Jayden Fielding. All right, get your red pen. Give a grade to the Buckeyes. What did you think of Ohio State today against Wisconsin? Tale of two halves again, right? It was kind of a back and forth between those two. In the second half a little bit, the Buckeyes didn't look as good as we thought. Dominant in the first half, pretty solid in the second half, shutout. I don't know. You can say whatever you want, give any description you want of this game, but leave a letter grade. This is our pinned comment down below, A, B, C, D, or F. All right, moving on. My next takeaway, this was some weak competition. Wisconsin stunk. They stunk. And they were worse than I predicted they would be, which is kind of wild. I knew they wouldn't be good, but I thought they'd be better than they were. Their quarterback's bad. Their position players are bad, and their defense was overmatched. I don't think their defense is terrible. It was definitely overmatched. I know a lot of people have the concern for Ohio State right now. Are the Buckeyes getting enough competition down the stretch with what's happened at Texas, now Penn State, with Michigan not looking overly great? Are they getting good enough competition going into the Big Ten title, going into the college football playoff? I've tried to calm people down and say, look, the Buckeyes are getting different challenges every week, different challenges in different ways, so on and so forth. I'm legitimately worried that they're doing games like this when in the past you at least got a little challenge with a team like Wisconsin. It was a bad Wisconsin team. That's just what I took away from this game. Again, not overreacting. We save that for later. I just thought Wisconsin's bad. I thought they mailed it in. And Luke Fickell, a guy that's supposed to be trying to save his job, a guy that's trying to keep his job at Wisconsin, out there just making terrible calls. They're running the ball on third and fourth down. I mean, they made mistake after mistake after mistake. Finally changed quarterbacks, which didn't help them much at all. I really was just not impressed with Wisconsin overall, and I do think the Buckeyes have to really assess the talent they faced with games like this. I put a note that, hey, they're on the road, tough place to play. I didn't feel that at all. I didn't feel the pressure of playing at Camp Randall at all. So the Buckeyes, they got to work on the competition thing. This was ugly. That's not a good team. I don't know what you got out of that game. You now hit a bye week and then get ready for Penn State. Final takeaway in this one. The run game needs work. Just not pretty. I don't like to put too much into what it needs to look like, how it has to look, especially with the Buckeyes being so good at the receiver position. It's actually kind of hard to say the running backs need to do this, that, or the other, because sometimes I really just need them to blend in with the wide receivers. But for Ohio State, this wasn't good. This wasn't good. I mean, Bo Jackson was not good enough. 10 carries for 26 yards. Ryan Day gave Isaiah West some run. He was solid, but I mean, that's not your back. And I don't think you want a fourth back in this party. CJ Donaldson, 2 for 12. James Peoples, I don't even, didn't see him. Not on the list today. Didn't get time. It's a mess right now running the ball. Buckeyes have to figure this out. Bonuses, Bo caught the ball well. They were able to put a running back out to the left, right, and down the middle. He made some catches and worked with that part of his game. So I like that for Bo Jackson, that he's blending well as a receiving running back, a guy that can catch passes out of the backfield. But man, that stat line of 10 for 26 in a game where I feel like Ryan Day was giving him, a little more of a green light, a little more of like, you're the guy today. I didn't see a bunch of CJ Donaldson even in the red zone. Bo didn't show up the way we hoped. Donaldson didn't show up the way we hoped. And I don't think Ohio State needs a fourth running back to discuss in all this. I don't want to see Isaiah West. I'm sorry. I don't need a fourth back to decide on all this. I think it's really, really crazy. They got to just make it work. If it leads to wins, if it works within the offense, I'm okay with that. I've said before, the running game isn't flashy. The running backs they have aren't overly flashy right now, especially Bo's really faded off his flash. If it works, if it gets it done, if it makes Sayin comfortable, don't care. Ride it. Ride it for the running backs room, but there's definitely some work to be done with the running backs and the run game. All right, want you guys to sound off right now. Drop down into the comment section below and let us know what you think. Sometimes this is tough for people. What is your one-word reaction to Ohio State and Wisconsin? Maybe it's shutout. Maybe it's big dub. Maybe it's undefeated. I don't know. Let us know down in the comment section below your one-word reaction to the win versus Wisconsin. All right, wrapping things up, the Buckeyes and the Badgers taking care of business. Like I said, the Buckeyes got it done. They're doing what a lot of teams are struggling with right now, and that's winning consistently at the same level. Took care of things, shut out. Offense had its moments. Defense got turnovers and looked good once again, and some things you wanted them to work on looked good. Buckeyes head into a bye now, and then get ready for Penn State. I think I left you guys with a lot of questions to answer, not just those comments to leave, but the idea of where the Buckeyes are at competition-wise, running back room, Carnell Tate, more touches, Julian Sayin, more passing. I don't know. I think there's a lot of things for Ohio State to kind of have to figure out, to navigate, to work through. But we will be excited to bring it to you right here on the Ohio State Football Report.